Hello, I'm Andrew Pritchard. Thank you for watching today's Canada Regional Forecast brought to you by Nutrien Ag Solutions. We'll take a look at the jet stream first, and the pattern right now over the next 7 to 10 days is such that we've got a parade of troughs, a parade of storm systems across the central and the eastern United States, and that's going to act to keep the Canadian prairies, they're rather quiet again over the next 7 to 10 days. So let's go ahead and play this loop. And we see each one of these storm systems, again, you can just watch them parading across the central U.S., just kind of marching across the area and leaving us rather quiet here across the Canadian prairies. And we'll take a look at this here with the precipitation type forecast just over the next several days. We're going to be watching for the development of a rather intense area of low pressure. It's going to be developing over the central U.S., swinging through the northeast, or to the northeast, through the upper Midwest, bringing blizzard-like conditions to a big chunk of the northern plains in the upper Midwest. There you see that, but what you also notice then is with a look like this, the active weather tracks through this region down here, leaving us rather quiet off to the north. Let's take a little closer look here. Well, we'll look closer here in a moment. Let's look at the snowfall forecast here just over the next several days again, showing that swath of heavy snow across the northern plains in the upper Midwest, with us being rather quiet across the Canadian prairies here, the high production regions here across southern Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. Snowfall forecast just getting us through the end of the week here. We're seeing maybe the chance for some snow accumulating in the high elevation areas there along the Front Range. But once you get into the prairies here, rather quiet, missing out on the snow from that storm system as it dives to the south and then swings northeast well off to the south there across the central United States. Pivoting over, looking towards the east across Saskatchewan and Manitoba, maybe a light coating of snow. This falls here Wednesday, getting into early in the day Thursday across northern portions of Saskatchewan there, maybe far northeastern Manitoba, getting a light coating of snow. And then also, very, very far southeastern Manitoba, maybe clipping the north end of the snow that falls from this system here Wednesday and Thursday, but most of that going to be staying way off to the south. We'll look at the total precipitation forecast, total liquid precipitation, once again, just getting us through the work week here, going through Friday. And again, you see that swath of heavier precipitation well off to the south, with this thing staying rather quiet across the Canadian prairies. Temperatures over the next 7 days or so going to be trending about average to slightly cooler than average if we focus in again on the Canadian prairies here getting across this region. Again, you watch this here. We see some blue shading there, but the core of the very coldest air going to be locked in here across the central U.S. where we've got a heavy snowpack. When we talk about temperatures in the Canadian prairies here, pretty close to average. We'll look at high temperatures to finish out the week here. Looking first at Alberta. High temperatures on Tuesday, generally right around 14 degrees Celsius across a large area. Obviously cooler in the high elevation areas where we're seeing not only the higher elevation but some snow potentially falling. But widespread, generally 12 to 14 degrees Celsius for the high temperature on Tuesday. Similar look, a couple degrees cooler on Wednesday, between 10 to 12 degrees Celsius across Alberta, cooling off again slightly by the time we get to Thursday. Single digits here across parts of western Alberta, but then in generally this area about 10 to 12 degrees for the Thursday morning high temperature. Cooler still as we head into Friday. This is with some cooler air moving in on the back side of that storm system that's passing to the south across the northern plains in the upper Midwest of the United States, dropping us down to around 10 degrees for the high temperature, broadly speaking, for the day on Friday. Warming back up in advance of the next wave. This would be Saturday, high temperatures getting back into the lower teens across Alberta. Let's shift off to the east then to finish looking at Saskatchewan and Manitoba. The high temperatures on Tuesday, obviously a big difference as we go from west to east. Around 13 to 14 degrees here across southwestern Saskatchewan. We can kind of do a dividing line there where we fall below zero as we head over to the east. Much of Manitoba going to be below zero slightly for the high temperature on Tuesday. Warming slightly on Wednesday into the single digits. Thursday, same story generally, upper single digits across this area, a little bit cooler off to the north where we've got some snow on the ground. And then as we talk about Friday, high temperatures broadly, again, single digits, upper single digits, warming up by the time we get to the weekend. Remember that from our look at Alberta. By the time we get to Saturday, seeing high temperatures get above 10 degrees, 12 to 13 degrees for the high temperature across parts of, at least southern Manitoba, southern Saskatchewan, with upper single digits off to the north. As always, Eric Snodgrass will have an in-depth look at the evolution of the next 1 to 2 weeks in our Thursday morning ag forecast video, and I'll have your next Canada regional forecast update for you right here on Friday.